At the end with summative, you're just a big exam, it's big, scary, but formative, you can actually support people and enhance their learning and strengthen their understanding by pinpointing more where the weak points are or what they need to go back on, and giving a deep understanding into why people aren't being as successful as they would like to be. And I think that's where formative plays a really big part, particularly with AI enhancements.
Hello and welcome to the Test Community Network. My name's Tim Millett. I hope you're all safe and well. Thank you. This is going to be a review of the eAssessment Association's conference and awards that took place this week in London. It was a fantastic event. Started off on day one with, there was a national roundtable, there was a work skills roundtable, there was the AI symposium on the Monday, and then we had the 2 days of the actual conference itself. So we had the main stage, 3 syndicate rooms, there's the interactive space where I was with, a lab of 24 computers where people could get hands-on with tech and build things. I'll show you an example of that in a second. So it's been 3 roller coaster days of eAssessment, and then the awards themselves, some fantastic achievements, some brilliant insights into kind of some of the amazing projects that have taken place over just the last year. With, I think it was 13 awards were given out, and these submissions came from 18 countries. So an excellent event, and that was just a short clip with me chatting with Romana Moss. I've got more clips to come, so I'm chatting more with Romana. I've got Graham Hudson and Gareth Hopkins, who are part of the conference team. We've got Vretta. We've got Jeremy Carter, who walked away with 3 awards from the conference. So let's get on to that in a second. First of all, let's just have a look at some of the events. So this is Test Community Network. Anything you see on here and you like and love, go to testcommunity.network. Sorry. You can also subscribe for free, where you receive a lovely weekly update, guaranteed filled with information that you will have missed over the course of the week. And this week we've got lots of news of kind of exam-related news. There's been DFE have kind of gone live with ideas of using AI marking for teachers, and then at the conference itself, we had Ofcall talking about their kind of strategic view as to where we're going in terms of sole AI marking. Let's have a look at some of the events as well. So we've got UNESCO webinar coming up, launch an enhanced version of the Higher Education Policy Observatory. So if you're interested in anything higher education and policy related, then it's worth checking that webinar out. International Personal Assessment Council workshop, best practices in sensitivity reviews of assessment. We've got Prometric, we've got a webinar, that's workforce readiness. Surpass, I've got leveraging AI and test development. This is part of the NCCA standards, so this is their kind of view on how Copilot can work with that. We've got OECD, we've got 3 from OECD. Turning insights into impact. What do early case studies reveal about the power of PISA for schools? AIED, second workshop on automated evaluation of learning assessment content. Cambridge Assessment Network got validation for beginners. How do I know my assessments have worked well? That was like a really good one. Webinar for assessment to impact, reimagine how we value research. And then we've got 24th, we've got OECD, so we've got these 2. We've got the aligning teacher for the future of learning, and then another one, empowering the workforce, moving beyond degrees in skills first era. So you can find those on the Test Community Network website. You can also find them in the email that will come through, and there's also the long list of future events. So we've got the programs gone live for EATP in Dublin. That went live this week, and there'll be the awards, more awards information coming out from organisations that achieved at the eAssessment Awards. Now, before we get into the kind of interview, I just want to kind of run through one of the things I did at the conference. So I was looking after the interactive space, and in my session we had some fantastic speakers coming through. I actually delivered a little presentation. I had 25 minutes to introduce basically the whole idea of no-code development. So we're in this position where AI agents can now help you develop your platforms and technology in super fast time. So if you've got an idea, it's always been the case that if you've got an idea about how you want to deliver an assessment workflow and assess an item type, any kind of coding related activity, you'd have to go to developers and they would work it up and it won't be quite right, it'd be back and forth. But with things like Lovable, where you can actually chat, natural language chat to develop platforms and technology, then it's just, the world is just this whole new imagination. I want to show you quickly one of the platforms that was developed in that 25-minute session. So we had 24 apps that were created in 25 minutes. This is someone who's gone down the route of creating an OSCE examination. So candidate enters in there. Now this actually works, but because I've got the camera going on here, it won't let me do it at the same time. But you're given a clinical scenario here, the camera will start working and it transcribes as well. So it's not only kind of gives you an idea and flavor and flow that you can work through, but it starts adding some of those features in as well that you might want. It can take that then to your development team to work up further, but it gives you an opportunity to get down it from your head and experiment how you would like your assessment, your item type, your maybe it's a piece of research. There were some brilliant examples. There's one, someone came up with the idea of for kind of 16-year-olds doing stats-based assessment. It was like an interactive stats-based experience. There's someone who's doing risk assessments for health and safety. So some amazing little projects that were all created within the space of that 25-minute session. Now let's hear the interview now with my various guests who were very kind to and very tired, some of them from a long few days of experience, just to share their experiences from this year's conference. So here we go.
Hi.
How have you enjoyed the conference? Has it been good?
It's been really good. I think it's the biggest conference the EAA have ever done, and it's really nice to see where people are in their journey with the assessment, particularly with EI. It's no longer a new thing, but some people are actually actively using it, which is really great to see.
And there's been lots of case studies, there's been lots of conversations. I was listening to the regulators talk about soul marking, those things. And in your last session, the panel session, you talked about kind of formative first. What's your thoughts on the role of formative in kind of the whole landscape of moving digital?
I think it's quite important to assess where individuals are in their learning journey and help plug those gaps really with formative, because I think otherwise at the end with summative you're just a big exam, it's big, scary, but formative you can actually support people and enhance their learning and strengthen their understanding by pinpointing more where the weak points are or what they need to go back on, and giving a deep understanding into why people aren't being as successful as they would like to be. And I think that's where formative plays a really big part, particularly with AI enhancements.
And would you recommend to other medical organisations, because you work for the Royal College of Emergency Medicine, would you recommend that they need to come to this kind of event to have these conversations, to explore these topics?
100%. It was really nice to see colleagues from the GMC, the General Medical Council, our regulator here. And I think what's really good is to see how other awarding organisations, educational bodies are using technology and innovating and maintaining integrity and reliability in high stakes assessments. I think we've all got a lot to learn of each other, and we need to keep the conversation going across sector.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Romana, and have a safe journey home.
Safe journey home, Tim.
Thank you. Hi guys, how you doing? Pretty tired?
Exhausted. Completely wiped.
Yeah. So you've been chairing a lot of the sessions, you've been starting a lot of the sessions.
Yeah.
You must be, your brain must be a bit fried.
It is. It's overloaded. I think the thing from this year, for me, has been the energy. Not my energy, because I'm ageing, but the energy in the conference, actually. It has been extraordinary. Just the variety of presentations, the sort of widespread reach of the people that we've had, and the countries.
Absolutely,
I mean, I reckon every continent this year. And what did we say last night? The awards, 18, Matt said 18 countries for the awards. I honestly, I can't get over it. It's just been amazing.
Excellent. And Gareth, you've been doing a fantastic job, the technical team.
Thank you so much.
It's an important part of the process, isn't it? And
it is, yeah.
And it's funny, really, with all the staff and we all get involved in it, both in the kind of planning and side of things, with the technical side of things, and delivering content. But it's an important part. So you've seen all the presentations.
Seen all of them, yeah.
Yeah, and were any particular ones that stood out?
And survived, yeah.
any that stood out to you? Any kind of particular ones that rocked it?
So a few bits around accessibility I thought were really interesting, and the focus on them, the tools available to make tests more accessible, and also that people are talking about it so much.
Yeah.
So for years I've been trying to make it something that people are talking about.
Yeah.
And so that it's happened without me talking about it recently has been really refreshing.
Has AI made that easier, or do you think,
I think AI might have made it easier. I think because things like WCAG guidelines and the EAA guidelines and stuff like that coming in will help, and having having teachers and stuff in school and having the tools available in schools and colleges wherever to make tests available to everybody, I think is really good. And it's in terms of like e-assessment, it's what we should be aiming for as well, making sure that those tools are there to make those tests available.
It was always one of the selling points, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Really, it was that kind of going from paper to digital. I think there's still. I think we're still multimodal. I think there's still an importance to be multimodal. In that sense, but I just think the potential has been opened up. So much.
Absolutely.
Hasn't it?
Yeah.
I think we're likely to be multimodal for quite a long time,
I agree.
actually.
Do you think we might be more multimodal in some ways?
Well, in a way, it does free it up, doesn't it? Because it's a bit like the last session, Adam Foley was talking about this, because we were talking about, formative and would it lead to 100% digital and summative and so on, and he was talking about what I call horses for courses, the right tool for the right job, and in some contexts it may not be the right tool.
Yeah, but I think that one of the advances we've seen, especially this year, is that people can getting closer to the point where people can use the tools that they're comfortable with to prove that they know how to do things, that they can get qualified in things. They don't have to sit down and take a paper test or an on-screen test. That there's an area for everybody.
I think Ben said about the Welsh stuff, and you're very close to the Welsh stuff as well. It's the fact it's telling that Wales are making these almost bigger, faster strides into digital because they've got that formative base, haven't they? They've been delivering formative assessments, and it is. People who don't know about this should check it out because it is such a it's socially kind of. Intelligent way.
It's so ambitious as well.
Of course it is.
And then it's just that's where it's going to take it, isn't it? You need to have that foundation. Formative first foundation, haven't you? Really, for the digital idea. So, do you think you'll come back next year?
We'll be back next year.
I expect I'll be back too.
We'll be back next year, and we'll probably be here. And I think we've all sorts of ideas about how to extend the reach and bring more people in. It's been fantastic with the different cultures that we've had here as well, and range of experiences. So for sure.
Excellent. Well done, everyone. Well done for doing a brilliant job.
And you too, Tim. You were pretty cool with your AI tools. So,
ringing your bell.
It's good. It's been good. I've really enjoyed it.
Great. Thank you too.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you for joining me. So just do you want to introduce yourself, tell us a bit more about you, want to say hello to the Test Community Network?
Absolutely. So my name is Shoeb Mozammel. I am from Vretta. We are an education technology company out of Toronto, Canada, specializing in the design and development of large-scale digital assessments, primarily in partnership with Ministries of Education. My role at Vretta, I am the manager of partnerships, so my responsibilities include managing and nurturing our existing partnerships, along with looking to cultivate new ones, and coming to wonderful conferences like this one, networking with people from different walks of life, and building a lot of great and valuable connections that will last a lifetime, hopefully.
So what's been has it been your first event?
So this is not my first event. This is actually my second e-assessment conference that I've been attending. I came to the one last year, which was amazing. I do have to admit this one does trump the one from last year. It's just a great event. I think I had consistent traffic by my booth. Just the conversations that I had have been very constructive. And it's just been a productive conference overall. It's amazing to just speak to so many brilliant minds, attend a lot of great sessions, and get insight on specific things that even I wasn't privy to or I wasn't knowledgeable to. So this is definitely one of my highlights. I go to a lot of conferences, but I have this circled on my calendar each and every year for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly the place to go, especially in the world that you live in, the world we all live in terms of e-assessment. Any particular sessions stand out for you today?
Absolutely. So I went to the first session this morning on the main stage. It was by a speaker from the British Council. It dealt with AI. She actually used ChatGPT during the session as well, which is very, very cool. And it just opens up your mind to different possibilities, right? Like you start looking at ChatGPT from a different lens. It's something that I tap into as well, but like just really dive into like the large language models, like the multi-language models and all of that. It was very, very unique. So I thoroughly enjoyed that. I was engaged from start to finish.
Excellent. And in particular other events that you go to, do you travel elsewhere?
I travel quite a bit, so I tend to attend a lot of similar conferences, mostly in Canada, with our company being Canadian born and bred and Canadian based. I focus a lot in Canada because that's where our main target market is. However, I also look at the international scene, trying to see what other markets I can look into, where else we could grow and kind of expand that brand and see what else makes sense for us to really take on in our company. So I attend other conferences like the NCSA in the US. I attend the ATP in Orlando, which took place in Orlando this past March.
Yeah, you're very kind. I'm going to point out this gentleman was very kind in saving me a Rubik's Cube.
My pleasure. My pleasure, Tim. So I go to quite a few of them, but it's something different about this because a lot of the other eAssessment conferences that I go to, they're great. You have a large contingent of people, but I also feel like a lot of times it isn't super focused. So it's kind of like a no-holds-barred type of situation, especially if you're exhibiting. It's random people just walking by. It's like, hey, how's it going? And then like another 5 to 10 people walk out of nowhere and like you don't remember which conversation you're having with who. Yeah. This is the type of conference where I feel like it's more of an intimate setting. I mean, I came last year and already there were probably 10 to 15 people who recognized me from last year, walked up to me, greeted me with a big hug, and it feels like it's a family around here, right? Which I really, really like.
Excellent, that's great to hear. Well, when are you traveling back? Are you going home straight
I'm going home tomorrow,
Yeah.
So I still have the evening in beautiful London, right? So I will make the most of my evening here, and then I look forward to coming back again soon. I want to try and find as many excuses as I can to travel back to London. I love it here. I have connections here. My dad's older sister lives in Kent. My dad used to live in Derby for about a year. Yeah. And I'm a city boy from Toronto, so I'm always around skyscrapers, and you kind of get tired of it. Yeah. So when you come here and you get the best of everything, or get the best of both worlds. You'll see the skyscrapers, but then you see the beautiful architecture, and it's just so historic, and it's a different feeling. It's like a serene feeling when I come to London.
And it was St. Paul's is just next door, isn't it? And that's an awesome thing. So,
exactly, yeah.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you for chatting to me, and I hope safe journey back. And
thank you so much.
See you soon.
Appreciate it, Tim.
Cheers.
All right, cheers. Thank you.
Carter, congratulations.
Thank you very much,
3
Tim.
awards.
Yes, still feeling a little bit overwhelmed by that. Unexpected, but obviously absolutely delighted.
I think, like Matt was saying when he was announcing it, the judging teams don't know, who's getting the awards in other categories and stuff like that, and they're all judged independently. So there's absolutely no question that you deserve those 3 awards. That's the way it works. So it's an outstanding. I think, is it a record?
I'm led to believe so. Yes, I think as Matt had alluded when he was talking last night, 2 he'd won 2 with his company, and I think there's been a couple of other occasions where there's been 2. But 3. Beyond expectations. Certainly.
Any tips because obviously it was going to run next year. Any tips that you can give to people? Any kind of advice that you would say out there as to how to, I suppose, get the message across to the judges just how good your solution is? What would you say?
Sure. I think it comes down to a few things. One, you have to take this very seriously. You have to commit to the process. I'll be honest. When we were shortlisted for 3, and then I looked at what we would need to do over the next couple of weeks, I was a bit, wow, okay, either we fully commit to doing this, or we say, actually, we're just going to focus on one and kind of withdraw, because there's a lot of work involved. So, first of all, be committed. Then, actually, when you're doing your initial submission, really analyse the brief and put yourself in the position of the judges. If you were a judge, what is it that you would want to see from a submission, and come at it from that angle? Obviously, you need to have a project or something like that really strongly fits in that category. Take your time with that. Read the brief. It's like an exam question. Read the question, then read it again. So I would do that. When it comes into the second round, then make it human actually, and take the time to really hone the message that you're trying to get across, and a try and avoid being salesy.
Yeah,
you know.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I think it's an essential one. Well done, congratulations, and I'm sure we'll be hearing loads more about your amazing work. So brilliant.
Thanks so much, Tim. Good to talk to you.
Excellent, thank you for that. So just some really kind of just nice little stories, really, just to kind of share the what goes on, I suppose, behind the scenes with it. Also, kind of people's reflections. And I think Jeremy makes a very good point. I know there's going to be a lot of people going to be thinking about their awards, about their submissions, those that won, the ones that didn't win, the finalists. And I think it's one of the things where if you were a finalist, it's brilliant. You were a finalist in a global awards category. That's absolutely outstanding. I'm going to leave you now with a short clip. I was very fortunate to be on the table with Gateway Qualifications, and they were very lucky to win an award. And I got a short clip of them just before they went up on stage to collect it. So I'll leave you with this clip with Gateway. Thank you very much, and see you soon.
Research is the wider impact of their initiative is more complete. So I'm going to announce the winner, and then give you the judges' comments. And then I'm going to announce the highly commended second place. And the winner of this year's award, for 2025, Gateway Qualification. Convey to you the judges' comments. First on the project that was highly commended. And these were the comments made by the judges. This project was highly commended by the judges for addressing the challenges of getting teachers